We start with immersion, where we dive in and begin to become exposed to the realities of what we're trying to pursue.
English teacher Susan McCrae is explaining a learning expedition to parents who are considering enrolling their students at Casco Bay High School.
Then building background knowledge. In social studies class, they looked at the Great Depression and tried to unearth what happened in that economic crisis and how can we...
The project McCrae and her students are diving into explores the realities and impact of homelessness in their hometown of Portland, Maine.
Then investigation comes, and that's when we started these documentary projects, where we went out and had the opportunity to talk to people who've experienced homelessness.
The work that we do, that we believe in, it has to be compelling, and it has to be looking at the real world. So we designed this expedition to act as a case study of one policy issue. Policy is compelling because it is about need, but it can become very academic. And I think what we can lose is the notion of human story and how these issues impact and affect real lives.
Okay, how long have you each been homeless?
I've been in and out of the shelters on and off for like 22 years.
So what this project has done is allowed us to look at the historic piece while at the same time looking at the contemporary economic crisis, and then to really make a link with a human being.
So how did that affect you?
Because of the way you have to live and the fact that you may not be proud of it, wears on your self-esteem. No matter how good your self-esteem is, it's very draining.
Even knowing that there's a large homeless population in Portland, like, it's something you know, but actually being able to talk to people about it's something really different, and that's what I really like about expeditions like this. You get to really know it rather than just look at it and be like, oh, that's nice. Like, you're immersed, so.
You know the drill, yeah. Keep that a little bit higher up.
Hold on a second.
During the 8-week project, students will write their own individual profiles and contribute to a group multimedia presentation.
Should I redo that?
Yeah, we gotta read it.
I mean, it's incredible what we're able to do. So simply, we just click on GarageBand and it goes. Everybody's got a cell phone that can take a picture, and everybody can load the image onto the computer in the classroom instantly. And with my LCD projector, boom, we're looking at people's work.
We talked to Alden in the back room of Down Home Cookin', a small coffee shop on Preble Street.
I think it's easy for people sometimes to think, oh, well, that's multimedia. It's kind of gimmicky, right? It's just for the sake of the polish. Where's the learning in it?
You've been homeless on and off for 3 or 4 years now.
Well, you know, I try peer critique all the time. I'm still trying to work on how am I going to make peer critique happen more effectively when we work on our writing. And in this project, they've each written their personal pieces, and then I've asked them to each take a piece of that in their team to produce one story. Well, the process that went on there, I mean, kids were riveted. And here, there's this authentic reason. They're going, you know, I think we should use your opening. You know, because I really liked your description of the setting and what was going, and the character there. And that's high-level thinking and crafting of narrative. Yes. They're critiquing.
Something that was really working was like their slides. I don't know how to explain it, but it just kind of meshed, like with their words.
Nice, yeah.
People lose hope out there, Pat remarked, talking about why homeless people stay homeless. They get stuck and feel like there's no way out.
On this night, McCrae's students read the profiles they've written to this group of parents. Days later, at a local art gallery, they will present their multimedia products to their primary audience, the subjects of their work.
We walked up 3 flights of stairs in the Oxford Street shelter, past 154 6-inch thick mats.
The process is driven by culmination because we all get involved when we know that we have a real audience. And our real audience is our community, but most significantly, the people we interview. What could matter more than making sure the story is right for them?
Andrew was 46 years old. There was nothing about Andrew that stood out.
For more information about what works in public education, go to edutopia.org.